So in this set, I believe you get, let's just double check here. Oh, hold on. This is a, seriously? Okay, this is a great deal for this one. Holy smokes. All right, here we go. It is Sephora savings event season. So I just wanted to hop in here to give my little take on the sales this year. However, here is the thing. Well, actually, two things. So number one is I honestly have not purchased anything from Sephora in this new year other than finally cashing in one of my fragrance vouchers from a Sephora Favorites kit. Other than that, I really haven't done much shopping in Sephora, and I haven't been trying a lot of new makeup. So I'm not going to do a general recommendations video for you because all the things that I would be recommending are probably the things that I put in my winter recommendations. So I will have that video linked down below if throughout today's video you feel like we've got the same vibe and you want to know my thoughts. That one will be down below. What I also, well, actually, I feel like there's more than just two things. So I also find that a lot of what people get drawn into during the sale are the little like Sephora favorite sets, all the little gift sets. And I know the one video that I did sort of going into the value of these value sets, people seem to really enjoy. And you know that I love kind of like breaking down the cost, talking about what is probably worth it, what you should skip on. So I really just wanted to bring some value to this video in this season of like chaos, and honestly temptation, FOMO buying, sort of like, I don't know, just that like add to cart sort of vibe, because I think we're all trying to get away from that a little bit. The other thing is this year, I am coming into this from a different viewpoint than I have in many years. Not just because I'm trying to, you know, slow the roll on my spending, but really because now I am not Rouge anymore. I am VIB this year. If you saw recently, it was in some video that I mentioned that I missed Rouge by $111 because I think a return that I did in 2024 like retroactively bumped me out of Rouge. I was a little bit horrified, but honestly, I was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. This is probably a great thing because you're going to be less likely to get drawn into sales that you don't necessarily need to be drawn into. So that means that my discount will be 15% this year. It also means my discount shoppability starts a little later than the Rouge. Here's the thing. Okay, so Rouge starts on 4.5. VIB starts on 4.9, and then Insiders also on 4.9. Jeremy and I will be on our vacation for the entirety of the time that I would be able to shop. And I am going to have very limited phone service. So I probably won't be able to shop at all, which I am like, you know what? You're going to be on vacation. Please don't spend time scrolling and purchasing. I do have a couple things in my wish list in case there's a day like we're on an island and I have some cell service and I'm like, okay, maybe I do, you know, want to pick up a couple things at that 15% off. But we will see. As of right now, I'm really not planning on purchasing anything. I did pick up a few things in the Ulta, whatever they're calling it now, sale. And so I'm like, I'm good. I'm good on the spending right now. Wow, that was a really long intro. But hopefully this gives you the mindset of where this video is going to be going. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly, and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. All right, we are going to dive right into this. Like I said, I am really looking to focus on the gift sets, the little like favorites sets, and break down what I think is a good value. Now, obviously, some of this is going to be subjective because it's my opinion on the products that are in here, but also some of it is going to be more like makeup math and like the sensible makeup math, not the like get drawn into it FOMO makeup math. All right. Let's get going. So I feel like a lot of the Sephora favorite sets, especially in the spring, tend to be fragrance focused. I noticed also that they have quite a few of the sets that were available last season, and I did give my opinions on some of those in last season's recommendations video. So if you want to check that out, I will again have that link down below. But let's talk about this set. I wanted to talk about this one first because I can guarantee you it's going to sell out. It's probably going to sell out on day one. So if you're Rouge, you're gonna wanna snag this right away. It also is app exclusive today. So who knows, it might actually be sold out before it even gets to the point where it is on sale. So this is the Sun Safety Kit. Now, obviously this kit is a set of travel. There might be a full size in here, but most of this is travel size sunscreens, which is absolutely great. The thing that I love about this, so the kit is, what did I say, 39. They're actually donating, they meaning Sephora, donating 25% of the sale from this kit to the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. And they're going to donate a minimum of $700,000. So I think that that, you know, just is a great opportunity there to know that a lot of your money is going to be going directly to that foundation. Yeah, so it's $39. So let's take a peek. It is actually a really cute bag. Now, I have to be honest, this might be something that I end up picking up. Okay, so I will also say, I know that I just said it's a bunch of like samples of sunscreen. There are some things in here that aren't sunscreen, but it's like all sun care stuff. Most of them are sunscreens. All right, so let's just go into this. So you have a 1 ounce of the Inky List Polyglutamic Acid Dewy Sunscreen. That's an SPF of 30. And then you have a K-Skin Isle Lip Balm, which is also an SPF of 30. I am looking for a good SPF lip balm that doesn't taste like SPF. If you know one, drop it down below. You also have a 10 milliliter of the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Hydrating Moisturizer. I really do like Peter Thomas Roth skincare. I feel like sometimes it can be overpriced for what it is, but I do really like it. So that one is interesting to me. The Inky List also, you know, I mean, I feel like the Inky List does things pretty well. Here's one that I've been wanting to try. This is a little travel size of the Dr. Jart Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. Tempting. So then you have the St. Jane Luxury Sun Ritual Pore Smoothing SPF, which would be great for anybody who, you know, obviously is more on the oily side or feels like they have pores that they're looking to blur slightly. You have a Isle of Paradise Medium Self Tanning Drops. I do actually, do I have the medium? Let me just check. I do think it's the medium. It might actually be the dark that I have, but I do actually really like those. And then we have the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. I like that. Jeremy loves it though, my fiance. He absolutely loves that. So then we have the Dr. Dennis Gross All Physical Active Defense Broad Spectrum Sunscreen in SPF 50. All physical. Okay, is that a mineral sunscreen then? You know, you think like physical sunscreen is going to be a mineral sunscreen, or is that just like it's all physical for like active? That would be a good one for Jeremy too. My fiance does lawn care and you know, property maintenance stuff in the warmer months for his job. So that would be a good one for him. We also have the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid of SPF 50. Okay, another brand that I really love. Y'all, right when I get through this, I might actually pick this up. For $39, it's a good deal. We also have the Dermalogica Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF Moisturizer. Another brand I really like. We have Kiehl's Better Screen UV Serum. Love Kiehl's as well. We have the Innisfree Daily UV, the Shiseido VitaClear, the Summer Fridays Shade Drops. That's a mineral milk sunscreen. And then we have the Fenty Skin Hydrovisor Mineral SPF, and that's 1 ounce. So you have a couple that are 1 ounce, and then these other little travel sizes. Now, obviously these little travel sizes are really just going to be a sort of like try before you buy. Right? It's just a way to sort of see if the formula is something that you really enjoy. It's not going to be, you know, a lot. Like I feel like some of these, it's going to be a one application, but it gives you a way to try a lot of things. And you do have a couple in here that are a decent size and a full size lip balm. All right. I think I'm going to get this. I think I'm going to get this. You know, a lot of this is being donated to that foundation. And there are some products in here that I think that I would really enjoy getting to try. That Dr. Jart product has been one that's been on my list to try for a while, and there are other brands in here that I know that I usually like. So I think I'm gonna snag this one. If it's still available and you love trying out sunscreens, you might wanna get this one as well. It's also a great way, like if you have, you know, spring and summer birthdays coming up, if, you know, I mean, for Mother's Day, this would be a nice one to get to sort of be able to like dole out some nice sunscreens. Encourage our loved ones to take care of their skin. Mom, I'm talking to you. I know that there are a lot of people who were never really well versed in the importance of using sunscreen, and I feel like now over time, future generations, every generation is sort of understanding a little bit more every single time that it's pretty important. So anyway, it could be a good thing to like break up and give as little gifts or like add-ins to gifts as well. Easter basket, whatevs. I think I'm gonna snag this. Okay, so thanks for letting me go and do that random quick purchase. You know, like I said, that one will definitely sell out before it goes root. At least I think so. Every year it seems to sell out very, very, very quickly. So the 15% off that I would have gotten, even if it was still in stock, is not worth it to me. And I don't have to worry about trying to hustle to figure out how to get it while I'm on my trip. And also now I can take some of those samples with me on my trip, which will be great. Okay, so let's get back into what we're talking about here. Okay, so I do, again, like I said, I think that the value of that is good. I think that the claimed value of it at $178 is vastly like inflated. You know, little minis, the price that they say that they would go for is ridiculous. I mean, especially because like, who is going to sell something that's this teeny tiny? No one, please. But it's like, I know from being on, you know, the side of things of knowing like how much components cost and things like that, like smaller sizes do cost quite a bit because the packaging is still expensive, but $178, that's just crazy. Okay, I looked up the cost on a couple of the items that are in this kit. So first of all, the Fenty mini size of the Hydrovisor Mineral Sunscreen, it's the same 1 ounce size that you get in that bag. That's valued at $26. Not valued at, it costs $26 for that, right? So the Inkyless sunscreen that's in here, it comes in a 1.7 ounce size and it's $15. So if you figure that the 1 ounce would probably be honestly around $9 or $10, right there, you almost have the value of what's in this bag. So if you feel like these are products that you would like, right there, you're already gonna be doing well. And I'm assuming that that lip balm, let me look up the lip balm as well. Now, the K-Skin Balm that is included in here, it is a full size, and that balm is normally $15. Let me just double check that. Yes, $15. So right there, you have made up for the cost of all of the other little travel sizes. So I feel like if 2 of those 3 products feel like something that you would really enjoy, this bag is definitely worth it. So I'm glad that I snagged it. Thanks for waiting while I did that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a peek at some of these other sets. So we have the new Vacation Perfume Discovery set. So this is one where you get the little samples and then you get the voucher for the roller ball. It's $30. They say it's a $56 value. Now, a big part of this is the value is really dependent on which of the scents you will choose. So your best bet is to get this if there's a scent in here that you already know you really like. Otherwise, the value of it can kind of be skewed depending on, you know, if you've never tried any of these, you might like the $20 fragrance, you might like the $35 fragrance. So, you know, what you get for your money's worth will vary in this. So looking at this, it's so interesting because like the Armani Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum. Now, I have to say, this was a thing in its time, right? But it's like, I guess we have to have some classics in here, you know. That perfume, honestly, it's something that back in the day, I really liked the smell of on other people. When I tried it, I was like, I can't wait to splurge on myself and get this, you know, when spending that much money on a fragrance was just like abhorrent to me. But it smelled like cleaning products on me. It smelled like cleaning products on me. And now I feel like a lot of the designer fragrances, if you will, they just don't hit right on me. I've become a fragrance snob, what can I say? But for some people, they really like this. I know a lot of people really enjoy the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt Cologne. It's another one that's been a classic for a long time. I have smelled that, but it's not something that I would ever be drawn into purchasing. We also have the Juliette Has a Gun Lust for Sun. I hate it. I'm just gonna be honest. It's very powerful, floral. I think in a recent video where I was talking about it, I said mature. It just is like, I don't know. It's too much. It's too much for me. If I'm gonna lean into a floral, I want something that's a little bit more fresh, light, not too strong, or I want something that is like underlying in a sexy scent, like a rose underlying in a beautiful, moody, spicy something. This is none of those things. I would run. The Maison Margiela Replica Beach Walk. That's a fragrance that's nice, but I wanted something very different. Like if I am thinking beach, I actually would go more towards Ellis Brooklyn Salt over this one, because like that to me is what I think of when I think of a beach walk. This is wearing perfume on a beach walk, if that makes any sense to me. Another one that I have tried and am just like so on is the Skylar Coconut Cove. I actually have it in a bottle from Scentbird. It's okay. It will be nice to layer with things when I want to add a little coconut to something, but I don't think that the Skylar scents last that long, and it's just kind of simple. I don't find it to be unique, so that's just my vibe. We have the Net Coco Fleur Eau de Parfum. I have never tried this. Is it Net or is it Netty? I'm pretty sure it's Net. I haven't tried that one, so that would be a mystery scent for me. Okay. This is the one, when I was just saying like the only thing that I've purchased is that scent that I got the voucher for, the Valentino Donna Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. I picked up a scent sampler, I honestly think it was last spring, which is funny because I think it had a couple of these scents in it, but I had not gone through and decided. I did just finally decide after spending this like winter trying on these scents and really deciding, I did go with the Coral Fantasy. It's a really lovely, fresh, fruity, a little bit floral. I don't know, it's just like a fun take on a slightly tropical, but not coconut, mango, pineapple-y. You know what I mean? I think like they champion kiwi as one of the scents in it. I've seen orange listed in some places and I've seen it not. On the website, they talk about orange as in the color being a theme in it, but they don't really talk about orange being in the scent. So take that for what you will. It's nice. You know, it is a designer fragrance, so it does have that like perfume vibe, if you know what I mean, you know, but it's just very fresh, fun, flirty. I really like it. I don't know that it's full bottle worthy for me, but to have a travel size would be nice. And for this price, I think you are getting a decent deal. Then we have the Viktor & Rolf Flower Balm Tiger Lily. The notes of this sounded interesting to me. I would like to get my nose on it at some point, but it's not one that I, you know, ever felt the need to like rush out and buy. So it would be one that if you know you like the Viktor & Rolf sort of like scent profile that they usually have, you might enjoy that one. So there are a couple no's for me in this. There are a couple like so-sos and there are a couple that I like. So, you know, I do like that you have some softer scents, you have some freshies more, you don't really have a skin scent in here. That's the one thing. You do have a couple more like Babam florals as well. So I think there was a little bit of something for everybody in this one. You know, for me, I would be looking at this as like, if I were to get the Donna Born in Roma Coral Fantasy, that is $35 for the travel spray. So I would already be getting a $5 discount plus getting those other samples to try. So you do, you know, I would just recommend looking up the one that you think sounds interesting to you and see if the value is there. Usually you're at least like getting the same cost as you would without the extra samples, but sometimes it's a better value than others. So, you know, it just really kind of depends on what kind of scents you like. Now moving into a much bigger investment, we have the deluxe best-selling mini perfume sampler set. So the thing about this is you're getting bigger sizes of less fragrances. You know, sometimes they do the sampler sets where it's all the little tiny vials, but you get quite a few. So with this, you get 7 fragrances that are in bigger sizes. So one nice thing about this is you really get to try the fragrance for longer to decide if you really enjoy it. The other thing is if you're someone who likes to have a cutesy bottle sitting out on your vanity, you're gonna get a more beautiful look from this as opposed to like a little plastic vial because they all come in like their little travel sizes. So let's go over what's in here. So you have the Burberry Goddess Eau de Parfum. By the way, did I say that this is $90? Burberry Goddess was in my favorites of 2023. It was sent to me by the brand, but it's one that I wore so much. I really think, especially even going into spring, it would be a very wearable vanilla because the lavender that's in it just really kind of like makes it less sticky sweet. I mean, it's not sticky sweet, but you know, like having that almost like soapy vibe just makes this a really nice, soft, well-balanced vanilla. I really do like it, but it is definitely vanilla. By Rosie Jane Layla Lou. I love it. I think it's a very polarizing scent though. This one has notes of pear and grass, and I believe it's jasmine. It is strong. It is I would say kind of like an herbally, I mean, you definitely get the grass in there, you know, and I think that jasmine is one of those scents that is something that people like or really don't like. This is the eau de parfum that's in here, not the oil, because I have seen some of the sets that have the oil, which has a much higher value, but it is a really nice scent. I will say also though, the By Rosie Jane scent, some of them don't have as much longevity. Layla Lou is pretty strong, so it does have some pretty good longevity. So then we have Gucci Bloom. I have to say I do really like that scent. It is a really nice, fresh, floral, a little bit more youthful than some of the florals can be. So if you are someone where you know you like a floral fragrance, or if you are buying this as a gift for someone, you know, we have quite a few florals in here so far. So I do like, though, we have two scents in here that are on the other side of the spectrum. We have Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. So that is definitely more of a molecular scent. You know, it's really that like cozy skin scent. It's just sort of like, I also feel like it's a great layering scent. So if you want to add a little bit of cozy softness to something, this is a lovely one. Then we have one that I haven't smelled, Lychee Rose from Nest, New York. Rose is a very polarizing thing. I have not smelled this one, but again, obviously you're going to have to be a floral person. The other one that is more of like a soft scent, one that is not, you know, quite so like whoa, is Fleur's Missing Person. So again, this is one that, you know, lives on the more like skin scent side of things. I think it has a little bit more babam to it than the Not a Perfume does, but it's just not one of those like, I'm wearing fragrance. I think the sample that I had, though, I didn't find that it was like anything miraculous, and I also just found that it didn't last that long. So again, it really depends on the scent that you're looking to get. So I want to look up and see the value of the scents that I would pick out of this one. So let's look up Goddess. Okay, so this is one of those times where this value set would be really worth it. So the set itself is $90. The 1 ounce size of Goddess is $105. So you're already saving $15 before your Sephora discount. That's a great price. Okay, but here is where the danger lies. So the Layla Lou fragrance is $75. So that means if you get this set, you are paying $15 just for the samples. So this is one that I genuinely wouldn't get for Layla Lou. I hope that you would have, I mean, it's a good backup if you're like, oh yeah, I know that I like Layla Lou, but the value of it is not honestly going to be there if you get this set. So this is why you really have to do your research on this and pick and choose your sets wisely. By the way, if this is helpful to you, please give this video a like. Honestly, this video always takes me a while, but I love doing it. So if it's valuable to you, it would really help me out if you hit the like button. Okay, should we do a deep dive on one more of the fragrances that's in here? So what is another one that's a little bit more, okay, let's look up Not a Perfume, because I think that, again, that's another safe bet. You know, let's say you're like, oh, I really don't love any of these. The Not a Perfume, like I said, it can be a really great layerable. It just really helps like kind of give that coziness. And I actually really like it. I have some things that are sort of similar, so I wouldn't be getting this, but it is a good value. So in this set, I believe you get, let's just double check here. Oh, hold on. This is seriously? Okay, this is a great deal for this one. Holy smokes. So you get the 3.3 ounce size of Not a Perfume in this one. Okay, if you like Not a Perfume, get this set. Get it. It's $145. So you're saving $55. Almost every time in these sets, there is one that is like a crazy, ridiculous value, and it's definitely worth getting if you love that scent. So this is the one. This is the one to get. Or like Burberry Goddess was a good deal too, just not quite as screaming of a deal. So it's good to know that there's like a safety net in here. If you're like, I don't think I've smelled any of these. I think just about everybody would like Not a Perfume. Okay, that's great to know. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of glad that I'm gonna be on vacation, because for that price, it's slightly tempting, even though I just said I have some scents that are sort of similar to this, so I don't need it, but you know, I love a good deal. All right, moving on. Let's dash into some makeup, shall we? The Summer Lash Stash. Again, this is one that almost always sells out. It's usually a good deal. It's usually a pretty good deal. So for $28, you not only get 5 minis, which let's face it, each of these runs around $10, sometimes even $15 for the little minis. And then you also get a voucher for the full size. Absolutely a great deal. So what is in this year's or this season's lash stash. I know that there are a couple in here that I enjoy. So my top pick out of these would be the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes. I really like that. It's a great volumizing mascara. The only downsides for me are that it takes a lot to get off. It's not like completely budge proof, but it does take a lot. So you have to be ready to be doing a double cleanse. You need to have a good makeup remover on hand because it takes a bit. So I would say that honestly, my next pick would be the Roller Lash from Benefit. If you like a good lengthening, defining mascara, it's a beautiful one. We also have the Too Faced Better Than Sex. You know, a lot of people must cash in for the Better Than Sex, which just surprises me. I don't find it to be a really amazing mascara. It's okay. Like, is anybody out there, please, if you're watching this and you're like, that's still my favorite mascara, let me know in the comments, because I'm just like, aren't we all over this mascara at this point? I just find it like middle of the road. So here is one that I know that has been all over the TikTok, the Tarte Mini Tartelette Tubing Mascara. I haven't tried this. I actually bought the holiday version of the set, and I think I put that one in the Christmas ball at my house because I was like, I'm sure that one of my nieces is gonna go gaga over this because I know it's been all over TikTok. So I was hoping that one of them would get it because they wear mascara. They don't really wear a lot, but like mascara is the thing. So I was like, I'm gonna be the cool auntie and put like the TikTok fave in the ball. Okay, so we also have the Milk Makeup Kush High Volumizing Mascara. Has Milk Makeup had two mascaras? Because I feel like there's one that I heard that was like smudging a lot on people. I haven't tried this mascara, so I don't really know. But if we look at, like, let's say the Rare Strokes is the one. Let's look at the Rare and the Tarte one, right? Because I think that those are probably the ones that I would personally lean towards. Okay, so Perfect Strokes is $20. So you're actually paying $8 to get all of those other samples, which is, you know, it's a pretty good deal. It's definitely a good deal. Let's go ahead and look up the Tarte mascara. So I'm surprised it's not like at the top here. Okay, so the Tartelette is $27. So again, you're paying $1. So if that's the mascara that you know and love, this is absolutely a great deal. And again, whether you are keeping all of these for yourself, you're gonna dole them out, it's a great way to go. So if there's a mascara in here, if you feel like you would go through this much mascara, it's a great way to go. I do think that sometimes we end up getting drawn into the value of this when we have a whole drawer full of minis or other mascaras that we've gotten at some point. So if you're like me and you're like, wow, I already have so many mascaras, don't get drawn into this one. Use what you have. But if you are looking for a good mascara, or one of these is something that you know that you absolutely know and love, I already said no. We're gonna put no in there twice. Anyway, this is a good one to grab, but don't feel like you have to just because it's a good deal. Okay, so let's go into the Clean Me Up kit. So this is a set of products that is part of Sephora's Clean at Sephora. Again, that could mean anything to anyone, so do your research. But this set is $35. Right off the bat, it has one of my favorite mascaras, the Tower 28, which I believe that one is $20. Yes, it's $20 for that mascara, so now we just would need $15 worth of value out of this set. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's in there for me. You do have a full-size underline kajal clean waterproof longwear eyeliner in Cheeky Chiku. This is from Kulfi, and I don't need an eyeliner, but if you need a longwear eyeliner, that might be a great way to go. I've really been wanting to try that brand though, like very much so. So then we have the Youth to the People Mini Superfood Air Whip Lightweight Face Moisturizer with Hyaluronic Acid. Whew, that was a lot. These names are getting long. You know, I do like Youth to the People. These little mini moisturizers though, like for me, they add a small value, you know, like I don't think I'd ever buy anything for just one little like mini moisturizer, but it is nice to have. Then we have a full size of the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumper. This one is in the shade Velvet. I just found these glosses to be a little too tacky. I just like swatched it on my hands in the store and I was like, I don't think that's gonna be my vibe. I don't really think so. I was tempted because in last season, they had that like violet shade and I was like, ooh, that's super pretty. But I just don't think that I could get down with the tackiness. So then, like I said, we have the Tower 28. Then we have the Amika Dream Routine Overnight Hydrating Hair Mask in a deluxe size. It's 1 ounce. So you know, for someone like me, 1 ounce of product is maybe gonna be 2 applications. So, you know, enough to see if you like a product. Then the Say Mini Glowy Super Gel Lightweight Dewy Highlighter in Sun Glow. Again, this I think has been a big one on TikTok. Say is not a brand that I'm drawn into. So for me, honestly, I would look at this and it's like, if I was really interested in trying the eyeliner, I would maybe pick this up. If not, I would pass, because I would rather just get the discount on just the Tower 28 mascara and save the extra, what is it, $35. So I'm gonna just look up that eyeliner just to even see how much it is. $20. Okay, so if you like the Tower 28 or you've really been curious to try it and you genuinely are curious to try this waterproof longwear eyeliner, which it has over 4 stars, 4 1/4, I would say, then I would get this because it's definitely worth the value. You're actually saving a couple bucks. If not, I would just pass and just buy the one thing that you're really wanting. Just buy the thing that you're wanting. All right, I do also want to take a moment to go through the cologne sampler set. So these are all the little mini vials. So as opposed to the other set where you're getting the like deluxe minis with the cute bottles, these are all just like the little mini sprays. So we have 12 sample sized fragrances. We have Burberry Hero, not one that I've smelled, but I do tend to like Burberry scents. There's just something about them. You know, although I will say, I felt like Goddess was kind of complex, but the other Burberry scents, they just tend to be safe scents to me, you know? Like, I don't know that I've smelled a lot of the colognes, but I do really like the other Burberry scents. Okay, so Bad Boy Cobalt, haven't really smelled that one. Commodity Moss Plus, I have smelled that. I do really like it. I will say that it is, you know, a good basic cologne. I know that Jeremy and I liked regular Moss, but I think we like Moss Plus. My fiance and I did a sit down try on of all of the Scent Space scents, and obviously Moss is in there. I do think we liked it, but I know for me, I just was like, this is just a nice cologne, nothing overly special. However, I'm sure that for the price, it's probably a good deal. It's probably going to be saving a little bit of money. What else do we have in here? Again, we have Acqua di Gio. We also have Gucci Guilty. I do like Gucci Guilty. Again, it's another one that is just like, you know, kind of that like classic scent. So then we have Jazz Club, which honestly is such a great unisex scent. We have Rabanne Phantom. I have not smelled that one. Then we have Fleur Somebody Wood. So if you like a woodsy scent, this is a nice one. I honestly don't know what the price of Fleur scents is for the full sizes, so maybe we'll have to research that. Again, I have woodsy scents in my collection. I know Jeremy has woodsy scents in his, so it's probably not something that we'd need. We have Prada Beauty Luna Rosa, Carbon, the Carbon version. We have the, actually the Valentino Omo Born in Roma. Then we have Spice Balm Night Vision, which let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that I got Jeremy. Yes, it is, and he really likes it. We got a sample of it at some point, and then not this past holiday, but the holiday before. Gosh, has it really been that long? I got a great deal on it on like Black Friday. So he has like the ginormous size of it. So he definitely won't be needing that anytime soon. But I actually really do like that one. And then we have the Yves Saint Laurent Y. So I think you have quite a few different versions in here. You have some sweeter scents. You know, I personally consider Jazz Club to be like a sweet spicy. You have some woodsy scents. Spice Bomb Night Vision, I would say, is also like a nice spicy one. So let's just go ahead and look up the price on a couple of these, and then we can decide if it's worth that $90 price tag. Okay, so the full-size Fleur, sorry about that. The full-size Fleur is $99, so you are saving a little bit of money on that one. Then let's go ahead and look up Jazz Club, because I know that a lot of people really like that one. Okay, here we go. So here again is one of those situations. The full-size Jazz Club is actually $85. So you'd be better off just buying the Jazz Club on its own and not going through this set, unless you're just super curious and you want those other samples. It's only an extra $5, but maybe you're just like, oh no, I absolutely intended to just get the Jazz Club. You know, and if you're like me and you just have so many fragrance samples and you're trying not to be a hoarder anymore, don't tempt yourself into getting this set. Okay, what else did we have in here? Okay, so I will say I'm pretty sure that with Spice Bomb, that is going to be the biggest bang for your buck because you're getting 3 ounces of it, and it is $130. So not only is it a great price as far as like getting it for the $90 that the kit is, you're getting probably almost double of what you would get in some of the other scents. So I will say right now, as I'm looking at this, it is out of stock online. So you might not be able to like use your voucher for it right away. You could look in store, but I have had times where things have been out of stock and I just need to wait for them to come back in stock. So it would be ridiculous of them to have something that they're not going to restock in their new kit. Okay, let's just go ahead and look up one more of these. Commodity. I'm going to look up Commodity Moss because I really do like the commodity fragrances. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused here. I will say it's a great value because the Moss Bold scent is $145. However, I had to do some digging to even find it. It's actually listed under the travel size in one of the options. $145, but it is out of stock right now. But, you know, that means that it's probably coming back at some point. So again, you've got some great options in here as far as value goes, but you also have some that it's not as great of a value. So just be aware. Now, if you are truly just like blind shopping for a new scent, obviously all of this price digging isn't going to help you because you don't know which scent you're going to want, but at least hopefully this gives you an idea of, you know, which one you might want to look into, or like the value and the risk, quote unquote, that you're sort of taking by buying one of these sets. Okay, I also think it's really interesting that they did a quote unquote unisex fragrance discovery set. I feel like every scent is unisex, wear whatever you want, but I think that a set like this might be nice if you and your partner both want to try out some scents, or let's say you tend to like sort of like a variety of scents and you want a little bit of everything. Looking at these, and by the way, this is again, you spend $30, you get all the little samples, and then you get a voucher for the full size. So let me just check. Okay, so yes, all right. So again, in here, you have a lot of what I would say are more skin scent, sort of that like not a fragrance, a little bit more molecular fragrance, maybe even like woodsy, sandalwood, cedarwood. So we have Boy Smells Woodforia. Obviously that's going to be woodsy. Clean Reserve Warm Cotton. I really actually like that. It's been around a long time, so you've probably already smelled it. We have Commodity Book. I actually have that scent. I really do like it. It is definitely in that like woodsy note. Glossier You. Okay, honestly, I thought about, this is one that's on my wish list, but I would be interested in getting this because actually the Glossier You scent was in my last month's favorites because I do really like it. And it's a $5 savings by getting this set and then picking up the travel size because I think the travel size is $35. Am I going to be getting it? No, I don't need to be getting a travel size scent, but if you like Glossier You or you've been curious to try it, it is a good value. Again, we have the Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. I will be honest. Now, Glossier You and Not a Perfume from Juliet Has a Gun are different, but they're on a little bit of that similar feel, so I'm kind of surprised that they're both in here. Maison Louis Marie No. 4 Bois de Balancourt. I've tried samples of it and it's just like so-so for me. Again, I think it's another one that's, it's not quite as understated as some of the other ones, but it is again another soft one. All right, so the From the Garden scent from Maison Margiela. I'm curious to try it, but it definitely wouldn't draw me into getting this set. And then we have the Yves Saint Laurent Myself. Also another one that I haven't smelled. So I just wanted to kind of like give you my opinions on the couple that I have smelled in here. I think that there is a lot of like soft / woodsy scents in here. And I think that that's like what most brands deem as unisex, right? So if that's more your vibe, I think this is a great way to get to try quite a few scents because it's like, yeah, anyone could probably find one of these that they would like. I think I'm going to end this off there. I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope it was just fun, you know, hearing my thoughts on this. Let me know if you're planning on getting any of these. I would absolutely love to know. I thought about going through and finding some, you know, just brand specific gift sets, but the thing about the Sephora sale is honestly, even if you are up to Rouge, that's 20% off, and usually you can get a brand site. You can get a brand site sale for 20, sometimes 25% off. And like I said, I think that a lot of people just get drawn into like trying a lot from a lot of different brands. And you know, obviously these Sephora favorite sets are exclusive to Sephora, which is why during the Sephora sale is probably a good time to snag them if they make sense for you. All right, lovelies, I enjoyed kind of digging through these. I hope you did as well. Again, let me know, what are you planning on picking up during the sale? Are you planning on shopping the sale? Like I said, I am pretty sure that I won't. There really wasn't anything, honestly, you know, on my wish list. I was like, ooh, I need to have it right now. There were a lot of things that I could probably snag at a later date for pretty darn close to the same discount. So, happy shopping, controlled shopping, thoughtful shopping. I wish you all the best of luck, and I will see you really soon.